Big moves brewing at Camp Nou. Barcelona's transfer radar has taken a sharp turn, and fans are buzzing. While Luis Diaz was once the hot favorite, it looks like there's a new frontrunner in town, and even Raphinha's social media activity is pointing to it. Is Barca closing in on a surprise star? And what does this mean for the future of Diaz at Anfield? Stick around because this transfer twist is one you won't want to miss. Barcelona's interest in Nico Williams is growing stronger with each passing day. The athletic club winger is a top target for the Catalan side, and now even the players seem to be making their support known. Raphinha, who currently plays in Nico's position, has followed the 22-year-old on Instagram. While this may seem like a small gesture, it adds to the growing speculation that Nico is heading to Camp Nou. All the groundwork has already been done. Everything Barcelona needs to complete the deal is set. The only thing left is to trigger the winger's release clause. Sources close to the situation say Nico Williams is fully prepared to become a Barcelona player and would jump at the chance to join immediately. In fact, some players have even informed the club's top brass that Nico wouldn't think twice about signing if the offer were made today. This pursuit has been ongoing for weeks, and Nico's agent has held several talks with Barcelona's sporting director, Deco. These meetings have laid the groundwork for a smooth transfer, provided the club can manage his registration under their financial limits. Barcelona fans are in full agreement. Everyone seems to be on the same page when it comes to the club's next move. There's a total consensus among the supporters. They want Nico Williams in a Barca shirt as soon as possible. For what it is worth, a survey conducted by Barca Universal saw the fans' inclination towards the Spaniard over the likes of Luis Diaz and Marcus Rashford. This clearly signals that Nico will take no time in becoming a fan favorite at the club. Meanwhile, at first, club president Joan Laporta wasn't too keen on spending heavily on Nico. However, recent developments suggest he has changed his mind. Pressure from within the team has likely influenced this shift. Many players want Nico to join, and their voices are being heard at the top. The only hurdle now is financial. Barcelona must ensure that once they pay the release clause, they can register Nico under La Liga rules. That means clearing space in the wage bill or completing a sale. Luis Diaz's future at Liverpool has been one of the major talking points this summer, but the tide seems to be turning. Barcelona have shifted their focus elsewhere, with the Colombian winger no longer seen as a top priority. Instead, an amazing new frontrunner has emerged on their radar. A player who is quickly gaining momentum as Barca's primary target for the wing. It's evident that the Reds are going to be making a fair few changes among their ranks before the 2025-26 season kicks off, with players such as Armin Pexi and Jeremy Frimpong already arriving at Anfield. However, even though there are a couple of areas within Arne Slot's squad that could do with strengthening, they don't have an endless money pit to spend from, which means that players will have to be sold. And even though Diaz has been touted as one of the most likely to exit Anfield this summer, it feels like Barcelona's attention has turned elsewhere. Nico Williams is Barcelona's main priority after Luis Diaz's transfer becomes difficult. Barcelona have long admired Colombian star Luis Diaz, and he even admitted to being in contact with other clubs. The Catalans made an initial approach for the Liverpool winger, but their first offer was rejected, as the Reds have no intention of letting him go. Now, according to a fresh report from Mundo Deportivo, Barca are once again turning their attention back to Nico Williams. The athletic Bilbao winger is back on the club's radar, with the Blaugrana actively exploring a potential move for the explosive young talent. The attacker was once called amazing by Michael Essien, and due to his situation being clearer to Barcelona due to the fee they'd have to pay in his salary, the Spaniard has become their number one option. With Raphinha following Barcelona's potential new winger and the club pulling back from Luis Diaz, one thing's clear: the summer transfer window is heating up. Do you think Barca is making the right choice? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you love transfer drama, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates straight from Camp Nou. Big news from Catalonia. FC Barcelona have officially decided to activate the deal option on Spanish star Nico Williams, one of Bayern Munich's top targets this summer. But here's the twist: instead of paying the full release clause up front, Barca want to negotiate terms with Athletic Bilbao? And things could take a shock turn with a surprise player exchange deal on the table. Could this be a game changer for Hansi Flick's new era at Camp Nou? Let's break it all down. According to a report from transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, FC Barcelona has decided to pursue Bayern Munich transfer target Nico Williams, but looks like it will try to cut down the release clause fee with Athletic Bilbao. As it stands, FC Barcelona is now in the early stages of working on a deal. Barcelona have decided to activate the Nico Williams deal option after getting players total priority. Barca will need more rounds of talks with his agent as they need to discuss terms of €58 million release clause with Athletic. Not advanced yet, but Barca are now trying. If this advances, it will come as a big disappointment to Bayern Munich, who was looking to make a big splash with Williams during the summer transfer window. Want the full breakdown on Bayern Munich's Club World Cup opener against Auckland City FC? Curious why PSG might be turning into a European juggernaut? We've also got hot takes on the war of words between Max Eberl and Joshua Kimmich, plus the latest on Mathys Tell's potential move to Tottenham Hotspur. For all that and more, don't miss the latest episode of the Bavarian Podcast Works show. Available now on Patreon, Spotify, Acast, and all major podcast platforms. Also, be sure to stay tuned to Bavarian Podcast Works for all of your up-to-date coverage on Bayern Munich and Germany. It seems that the summer transfer window is now well and truly in play for FC Barcelona. Initially, the objective of the club was to assess and finalize their key targets for the summer. Now, it seems that Barcelona have a much better idea in terms of who those targets are. Initially, the only real target that seemed to be solidified for Barca was Espanyol goalkeeper Joan Garcia. With his €25 million release clause, he was also an affordable option and one that would undeniably increase the quality of the squad heading into next season. With his official arrival now considered only a matter of time, Barcelona have shifted their focus elsewhere. Now in search of a new left winger, the Catalan giants had names like Luis Diaz, Marcus Rashford, and even Ivan Perisic to consider. Barcelona are going for Nico Williams. Now, however, it would appear that Barcelona have finally made their decision and it involves none of those players. As stated and confirmed by reliable Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, it is 22-year-old Athletic Club winger Nico Williams who is now Barca's primary target for this summer. According to the journalist, the Catalan club has now decided to activate their pursuit of the player and this operation involving him. While they were still assessing their options previously, it would appear that they have now come to a final conclusion regarding Nico Williams. Although progress has been made, further meetings are still necessary. Thanks to Nico Williams' strong bond with several Barcelona players and the fact that he personally reached out to the club this time, there's a sense of optimism within La Blaugrana. With Barcelona now being his top priority, the club is eager to respond with equal interest. However, as Fabrizio Romano reports, the deal is not yet in an advanced stage. Several meetings are still expected between Barcelona and Nico's agent as both sides work through the complex details of his release clause and the steps required to finalize the signing. Barcelona might be handed a shocking player-for-player offer during transfer negotiations. La Liga giants Barcelona could soon be the recipients of an altogether enticing proposal on the transfer front. That's according to Mundo Deportivo, who have on Monday provided an insight into the latest developments behind the scenes in Catalonia's capital. It is of course common knowledge at this point that Barcelona are on the hunt for attacking reinforcements with a view to next season. Specifically, the Blaugrana are eyeing fresh blood on the left wing. And if the latest word stemming from Italy is anything to go by, then one such option could soon be proposed to Deco & Co., by way of Serie A heavyweights AC Milan. The proposal in question would see Barcelona secure the services of Rafael Leao, in exchange for defender Ronald Araujo. As per a report from MD, citing sources in Italy, Massimiliano Allegri, the newly appointed manager of AC Milan, has set his sights on Ronald Araujo as a top transfer target. To fulfill their coach's request, the Italian club is reportedly open to offering Rafael Leao in a direct swap deal with FC Barcelona. Now the ball is in the club's court. All that remains is to see whether this bold proposal will lead to formal negotiations between the two European giants. So, Barca fans, with the club pushing hard for Nico Williams, negotiating instead of triggering the full clause, and even offering a surprise player in exchange, this could be one of the most dramatic twists of the transfer window. Will Athletic Club accept the deal? Will Bayern swoop in last minute? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Barca transfer exclusives coming your way daily.